Hey, Facebook. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to another week, another Wednesdays, Winning Wednesdays. I am always super excited to get on here with you guys. But before we get started, I'm on audio right now. Always super excited to get on here with you guys. But before we get started, I'm on audio right now. Oh, actually, let me change my screen. To get on here with you guys. But before we All right, let's go back. Now, actually, let me change my. Let's see if it changed. All right, we're good. So hopefully you guys had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I had an amazing Easter. I had a good time with family. I grilled out. Can we say we are officially in springtime? I am super excited to be in spring because I cannot stress enough that it takes forever to get out of like winter in Cincinnati. Like, I don't know what it is, but it seemed like winter wants to drag on. So I'm just super excited to be experiencing 70-degree weather. We kind of toddled into like 80-degree weather, and like that's perfect weather for me. But I'm super excited because I can go to my backyard. I can be in my hammock. I can do my gardening. That I love gardening, by the way. Like, if anyone knows me, I love to put my hand in some soil. I love to ground. I like to connect to Mother Earth. And gardening is very therapeutic for me. So I was able to get my raised beds back together. I am growing a couple things: tomatoes, peppers, what else? Zucchinis. I'm growing a couple things this year. So I'm super excited to be able to really get back into the gardening game. So if you guys aren't following me on my gardening channel on YouTube, it's Boss Life TV. It's not Boss Life Global, it's Boss Life TV. And I'm wearing purple. So you can tap into that YouTube channel. But you'll see, like, behind the scenes of me, like gardening. You might learn something. You are going to learn something because I like to teach, as you can see. I'm a natural teacher, but on that channel, I'm new to gardening. So I like to say I'm a business coach for beginner. I am a gardening coach for beginners also, because I'm still learning the gardening game. But yeah, so if you guys are, wanting to start a garden in your backyard, something small and some pots, make sure you go follow that channel. Okay, that's enough of that. But I am here every Wednesdays. If you are new to my channel, if you are new to my Facebook, my business page, welcome. My name is Latasha Shelton. I am the founder and CEO of Boss Life Global, where I help aspiring entrepreneurs transition from the 9-to-5 grind and get into entrepreneurship. Three things we like to focus on. We focus on personal development, we focus on business development, and we focus on building a personal brand. So today's topic is how to stop living paycheck to paycheck and actually start a business, because that's important. Because in order for you to really get to the next level, you have to manage your money properly. Last week, we were talking about the money game and how to master the money game. And this week, we're going to talk about how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, because, a lot of people have been in survival mode for decades. I've been in survival mode. I'm not in survival mode right now. Thank you for the grace of God that I don't live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And the reason why is because I understand finances now. I've mastered the money game. And what I'm teaching you guys is some things that I want you guys to put in your routine and start to do it for yourself. So that is the reason why I am able to be successful, is because I had to look at my finances and see where I was spending unnecessarily. I was spending things on, I was trying to keep up. This was the old me. Okay. I'm a little bit different now, but I was just trying to keep up with society. I was trying to live above my means. I wanted the fancy cars. I wanted the nice home. And then I realized, like, I have to start small in order for me to get there. And I'm not in a race with broke people. I don't want to impress broke people. Okay. This ain't no shade to nobody, but I'm just saying. So when I kind of changed my mindset, I feel like a lot of my financial things shifted in my life, and it seems like I have gotten further in life when I start to change, my perspective when it comes to things. Okay. Hello, how are you? I think I don't know how to say it. Luxme here, LLC. Hey, hey, hey. Anyway, so do you know that nearly 60% of adults in the USA live paycheck to paycheck? Even those that's earning six figures. I'm going to say that again. Did you know that 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even those that's earning more than six figures? Okay. And this is no judgment to no one, but in this world, in this economy, it's very easy to live paycheck to paycheck because we have inflation that is crazy, right? But outside of inflation, before we got into the pandemic, there was about, it's probably like 80% of the Americans right now living paycheck to paycheck, right? Because inflation's, tariffs, and all the things that come with this economy right now. But before we got into the pandemic, there was 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck by choice. Because people that earn a lot of money keep their overheads above the money that they make. And we talked about that in previous lives. If you guys want to watch that live, go all the way back to when I was talking about how a lot of people have such a big overhead that they don't realize that, just because they're pulling in money, a lot of that is going out the door, right? So a lot of these companies, a lot of people say, oh, she's got this popular company and she's doing her damn thing, but then in hindsight, in the back, like on the back end, they're not earning anything. They're pocketing maybe 1,000, 2,000, and a lot more of that is going outside, the door of the business, or they're going outside of their household because they have so many liabilities that they are paying on. They don't necessarily have assets, they have liabilities, and most of the liabilities come from trying to keep up with other people, or trying to live above their means, or maybe they're trying to scale their business so fast that a lot of their money is going out the door. If you guys want to learn something from what's her name, Slutty Vegan was very transparent. Go to that. I think I put it on my business page. Go to my business page, Boss Life Global, and I put the interview with Earn Your Leisures, and Slutty Vegan was explaining why she lost her company, which she bought it back, right? And she did a damn good job at explaining how she lost her business and was able to buy it back. But she also explained why it was important for you guys not to try to scale so quickly, because the brand is so big and everybody is like, oh, Slutty V's is Slutty Vegan, and she's got opening up all these different locations because everyone's calling her, you should put one on campus, you can do this, you should do this, you should do that. And although yes, she's popular, although it makes sense, but she didn't realize that she really didn't have the funds to do it. Okay. And so she lost her company. But nevertheless, I just want to put that out there, that it's important for you to identify where you stand financially and see where is your money going? Is it a lot of money going towards a liability, or is that going towards like an asset, something that's bringing you a return? So you have to really reevaluate your financial situation. And I just want to make sure that you guys know that this is a judgment-free zone. I'm not here to judge anybody. Again, I've been there, done that. I've been in place to where like I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I've lost homes. I've been evicted. I have gotten my car repossessed. So if anybody that can come on here and teach you guys anything when it comes to finance, it's me. I've been there in many spaces. I've had thousands of dollars, right? I've been a six-figure earner before. And I've been a $25,000 earner before, right? So I've been in so many different brackets, and I've learned from many mistakes on each level, okay? So let's talk about identifying where your money is going, okay? Track every dollars. Use apps or spreadsheets. So I like to have different bank accounts. Hello. It look like it's spam. It look like it's spam on my Facebook. Yeah, it look like someone's spamming me on my Facebook. He's spamming me. I don't know why is this topic creating spams on my Facebook, but it is. So let me have to report this person because it look like it's spamming me, and I'm blocking you. Sorry, you got to get blocked. You are spamming my Facebook, so you got to get blocked. Okay, we're gonna block you. Sorry about that, y'all. I have someone spamming me on my Facebook. I don't know why. You know what? It's so funny because certain words that you use on Facebook triggers these trolls. So, excuse me, I'm trying to teach you guys. Uh-oh. Is my mic off? I feel like my mic is off. I had to take that off. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Sorry, Facebook, if you guys can't hear me. I gotta get new mics, honestly, because it seems like these mics just keep not wanting to charge and they going dead quick. So if you didn't hear what I said in the beginning, I apologize. Go to I'm checking audio. Go to my Instagram. If you didn't hear what I said in the beginning, I apologize. Go to I'm checking audio. Go to my Instagram. Anyways, go to my Instagram, but we're gonna continue this thing, okay? So all right, so we talked about identifying where your money is going, okay? Identify where your money is going. Track your everyday expense, okay? Use apps or a spreadsheet. For me, I'm old school, so I write my stuff down on a spreadsheet. Do what works for you, but make sure you are tracking how much money you are spending a day. What's going out of the household, that's irrelevant, okay? So if it's buying food every day, fast food restaurant, and you got food in your house, but you're like, oh, I don't want to eat food. You know, the food that's in my refrigerator, I'm craving a pizza. You have to think to yourself, is this going to hurt me at the end of the week or for the month? Okay. So we'll look at what you are spending every day. It comes all the way down to the littlest thing, bubble gum. Okay. Do you need the bubble gum? It's $1. I know it's $1, but can that dollar go into your business account, or can that dollar go into something that will help you? Okay. So yes, you have to be tedious with your finances, but we're talking about the people that is trying to start a business. I get a lot of people on in my inbox, and no judgment, right? And they say, Tasha, I don't have the means to start a business. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I can't pay this, I can't pay that. And then I sit them down and I tell them to reevaluate what they're spending daily. And you'll be surprised. A lot of people spend money on unnecessary things. And I'm like, that is the reason why you are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's the reason why you can't put money to the side, because you're going out every weekend. You're going to go get, some people smoke weed, no judgment, okay? Some people are spending $15-$20 every day just to get them to get their fix on. Some people are going to go buy bottles every weekend. Some people are going and they're emotionally shopping and buying things that they don't need. So when I point those things out, they realize that they're spending at least $50 a day on unnecessary things. Okay. So write a spreadsheet, get a spreadsheet and write out the things that you spend on every single day. So right now I'm writing down, okay, I went to the store and I bought coffee. I got gas. Some things I have to have, right? But I'm still writing it down to make myself aware of what I'm spending, because sometimes we can swipe, and we don't realize that we're spending money, and then we look up and be like, what in the hell? I just had $100 in my account. Where'd $100 go? So I'm always making myself aware of the things that I'm spending on. Okay, so look for money leaks like subscriptions, eating out, and impulsive buying. So I was just saying that, like emotionally buying, like being impulsive with your buying because you feel like you got $100 in your account and you have money to spare because you consider that if you consider that free money, right? It's not necessarily free money. It's just money that you have extra. But we always say I got $100 of free money. I done paid all my bills, but I got $100 to just go spend. No, you don't. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, no, nothing is free money. You have to take those dollars, whether it's $1, $2, $5, and shift it somewhere so that you can start building up assets, so you can start building up your bank account. So save more, and then as you save, you're going to build. Okay, as you save, you are building. So look at money leaks like subscriptions. I know you guys got so many dang on subscriptions, and sometimes we don't even see all the subscriptions we have because it's on auto pay, and so it's just coming out. So what I like to do is I like to separate my bank account. So I like to separate, like on one card, I have all my subscriptions coming out on a particular card. And then on another card, I have all my bills coming out. So I'm able to see who is taking out from where. So if I have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, all these different subscriptions coming out of my account, I can actually see that, and they're not being lost in my day-to-day bills or my monthly bills. And also my monthly bills is my priority, right? You got to have a roof over your head. You have to have a car. You have to have food in your refrigerator. So those are my priority bills. So I'm going to make sure that I don't have money leaks over there. I'm going to make sure that I'm not adding subscriptions to that bank account, because what happen is these subscriptions are disrespectful. They're going to come out. They don't care. They want their money. And so it's going to start tapping into money that you say I don't have. So try to separate your bank accounts as much as possible so you can catch your money leaks. So that's something that I have done, and it has worked out tremendously. Like, it has saved me so much time. I think that Netflix was coming out of my Navy Federal account, and then I had Netflix coming out my other bank account. And I'm like, why is Netflix coming out on both accounts, right? But if you look at one bank account and you see Netflix, you're like, oh, okay, that's Netflix, right? But I didn't realize that. I realized that they were double charging me once I separated my accounts. And I'm like, how the heck? So I had to call Netflix, and it was a whole year of back pay because they were charging me double. And these subscriptions places do that. And then sometimes you might have left your information on a computer at a library, or maybe you've lost your phone, and some people gotten access to your account and started a subscription over, and now they're watching from your account. So many people don't even realize that is happening to them, right? And so you need to catch these things, because we are trying to bring money back into the household so we can start building a business, right? So catch your money leaks. Stop eating out. Like, is it necessary for you to eat out? Ask ChatGPT to create you a grocery list that is under a certain amount of money. So if you say, well, my eating budget, we're going to have to be on the budget. We can't be fine dining over at Longhorn. I know you like Longhorn. I know you like Longhorn. I know you like, you know, whatever you like to eat. I know you like these luxury things, but unfortunately you can't do that because we're sacrificing. We're sacrificing for a year. We're trying to build a business. We're not trying to throw money away. So ask ChatGPT to create a grocery list that may cater to your cravings. So like, I love Chick-fil-A. So what I asked ChatGPT is, can you make me a grocery list, like as if I'm shopping, as if I'm going to get Chick-fil-A? Teach me how to make Chick-fil-A chicken. I have to cook. I love cooking. Some people don't like to cook, but ChatGPT will give you the ingredients. They will give you the measurements and make your own Chick-fil-A. We're trying to save money. And then also ask ChatGPT, can you make me a grocery list for $50 and under for the week? Maybe once you realize that you can cut it down, cut it down to maybe 50 to 40, 40 to 30. And I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to have to get resourceful. Get a bag of beans. I mean, poor man meal. Like, we're trying to level up. So sometimes leveling up is leveling up, you have to sacrifice. That's just kind of what it is. Like, I had to sacrifice so much of my fun time, trips, vacations. I mean, going out with my girlfriends, buying the latest shoes, buying clothes, upgrading my vehicle. I had to sacrifice for a very long time for me to build a profitable, scalable business. So ask yourself, what is my why? Am I trying to be a millionaire? Am I trying to be a six-figure earner? Am I just trying to have a side hustle? So you got to ask yourself, what am I doing it for, right? If you're trying to maybe fully quit your 9-to-5 job, and be sustainable with not having a 9-to-5 job, that means that you need to be a six-figure earner, because in this economy, you're going to need to be a six-figure earner in order for you to live your lifestyle and still fund your business. So with that being said, okay, you don't have to be a six-figure earner, but you definitely can live paycheck to paycheck in your business too, right? Because we think like quitting the 9-to-5 job and getting into business, we're going to be just these wealthy people. Like, no, it takes hard work and dedication also. And you can end up being, sorry about that. You can end up being a 9-to-5 working in your business. So that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to create generational wealth. We're trying to create financial freedom. And in order for you to create financial freedom, we need to figure out how we can save money as much as possible. Okay, so let's see. So it said, I wrote down, ask yourselves, is the spending helping me build the life I want or delaying it? And I was just speaking on that. So we're going to move on to the next thing. Hey, Kurt Martin 87. Hey. I don't have my glasses on, y'all. So if I butcher your name, I apologize. I just can't really see that smile. All right, let's talk about increase your income strategically. All right, side hustles, overtime, freelancing. Side hustle, overtime, freelancing. So if we're trying to build a business, we have to bring in more money. So we already talked about saving money, right? So you guys kind of really fully got an understanding on what you need to do to save money and bring as much money back into the household. But we're going to talk about how to increase money also. So if you're someone that's working a 9-to-5 job, right, and you're working Monday through Friday or whatever your schedule is, and you have options to do overtime, do the overtime. Okay, we're trying to do this for a year, right? I'm telling you, it only really take a year to do these things in order for you to really have money to start creating the business that you dreamed of. So we have to take a year to just go in straight saving mode, straight discipline mode, right? So get overtime, create a bank account dedicated to your business. So I said that I separate my finances. I separate my main bills. I separate my subscriptions on one card, and then I separate maybe my free money, which is not necessarily free. It's free for me now because I have a sustainable business, but I guess the money that you can spend for yourself or give yourself an allowance. So if you say, I'm going to give myself $50 in allowance, make sure you have a card dedicated or cash dedicated to your allowance, right? We're talking about straight discipline. We're not talking about you being all over the place, right? Allowance, yes, giving yourself an allowance every single week. It's just what it is, okay? Because what we do is we feel like we got free money and we go spend everywhere else that we ain't supposed to go spend at. So then when you do give yourself an allowance, you are frugal with your money. You are more conscious of the money that you have, right? I only got $50. I got to make sure that if I spend it on this, then I can't go get this, right? And then also have an account for your business. So if you're trying to build a business, make sure that you are putting money into that account. So if you're doing overtime, Take your overtime money and place it in your business account. Okay. That is how you're going to build up your business revenue. That is how you're going to build up your business, build up money for your business. Freelancing. If you are an electrician, if you have a trade, if you is in transportation, create a freelancing to where you do it on a side. So I know a client that is in electrical field and he want to make extra money outside of his job. So not only he's picking up full-time work or overtime work at his job, he's also doing freelancing. So what he's doing is taking his overtime money, putting it in his business account, and he's going out and doing freelancing to put it in an allowance account, right? And that's how he's able to not touch his primary money so that he can still be stable enough, but also build wealth and build money somewhere else. So that is something that you should think about. Try to put extra money away. Use your skills. What can you offer right now that people will pay for? What can you offer right now that people can pay for? So another thing is, if you have a lot of clothes around, going to take it to a consignment shop. People don't think about being very resourceful. So if you have like a closet full of clothes and you know you're never going to wear it again, because be honest, y'all, we are all hoarders. I'm guilty of it. I can be a hoarder, but I had to realize that in order for me to attract things, I have to get rid of things. So if you're sitting there with a room full of clothes, all these shoes, Nikes, Jordans, sandals, heels, whatever it may be, you're sitting here with all these clothes and you ain't even, I'm talking to you. This might resonate with one of you guys. If you're sitting in your room and you're looking in your closet and you still have a tag on a blouse that you did not wear, you haven't worn for years, get rid of it. Take it to the consignment shop, because you can get money from the consignment shop and you can use that money and put towards your allowance, or you can put money towards your business. So that's one thing that you can do when it comes to being very conscious of where you're spending your money. Let's see what else. Um, Also, like Facebook Marketplace. Like I have things in my house that I've been storing in my basement. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. You know, you have to start being very, frugal when it comes to like your money and your finances. So, anyways, we talked about automating your savings. Set up a separate business fund account, which I already talked about that. I'm kind of 5 steps ahead of what I'm trying to teach. Automatically transfer a small and a consistent amount of money every single day. So also like do like a $25 a week challenge. So taking maybe $25 out of your paycheck if you can spare. Okay. Now, if you're living strictly paycheck to paycheck and you have no money to spare, again, try to create overtime, try to do freelance work, try to sell things for you to bring money in. But if you have a little bit money to work with and you are able to take money out of your paycheck, $25 a week, doing that for a whole year. Let's do the math on that. Where my daughter phone? And y'all, let's see. If you do $25 a week for the next year, 25 times 52. So you'll have $1,300. Okay. That's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot depending on what you're trying to do. It's something, because we're doing it for a year. So it's something that allow you. $1,300 will get you an LLC. $1,300 will get you a business logo. $1,300 will get you merch or for advertising. $1,300 it can be used for supplies. So, it can be used for something. So, that's cool. $1,300 is fine. But if you up it, say like if you put $50 a week, hold on. Now, if you double it and you do $50, that's $2,600. So, ask yourself what works for you, right? Everybody has to do what works for them. So, putting money away, whether it's $5, $25, or $50, put money away for your business. Make sacrifices, short term for long term. You know, maybe skip out on going to on vacation with your friends. I put maybe skipping out on that big purchase. Another thing is, in the beginning of this live, I was talking about how people try to live above their means. People try to go and buy these fancy cars, and they want to live in these nice homes because they want to prove to broke people or prove to people that they got it, right? I don't have to prove to people that I got it. I live in a standard 3-bedroom house. And can I go get something bigger and better? Absolutely. But am I? No. Why? Because I'm trying to build generational wealth. I'm trying to get to the next level in my business. And a lot of my finances, in order for you to scale, you have to have the resources and the finances to scale. Now, is there business funding out there? Absolutely. Is there loans out there? Absolutely. I'm going to utilize that for what I need it for. But my goal is to build it myself before I go and try to get investors and all these fundings for my business, okay? Because I'm one of them type people. I don't like to owe anybody. I don't I just don't like to owe anybody. I've kind of built my business from scratch and it's working for me. And I understand longevity. So I'm starting off slow because the slow turtle runs the race. When you try to jump out there and build too fast, just like Slutty Vegan, build too fast, you end up in financial problems. So when I'm building slow, I'm able to catch errors that if I would have built fast, I wouldn't have been able to catch those errors. But I'm building slow so I can see what is important in the business, and I can start weeding things that's not important in the business. Okay. So, just try to figure out, what you need to cut out when it comes to big purchases. I want a BMW, I want a G Wagon. I'm not getting that right now. And even if I become a six figure earner, I'm not getting that right now. I'm getting into real estate. I'm going to go buy land. I'm going to build assets because longevity, I'll be able to have those things. But right now, I don't care about materialistic stuff. So like I said, you got to go back and ask yourself, what am I in it for? What am I trying to do? Am I trying to have financial freedom, or am I trying to impress people, or am I trying to live this lavish lifestyle so I can show that I got it? Ask yourself your why. Okay. And it segue into mindset check. You are the CEO of your life. And I like to say, be obedient, serving self, right? That's what boss means to me. Be obedient, serving self. Boss life, don't let life boss you. You are the CEO and the co-creator of your life and your existence. So you have to make sure that you are guiding your life and no one else. Just because someone has an opinion about what they feel you should be doing, don't mean that you should be doing it. You ask yourself, should I be doing it? You look yourself in the mirror. You ask yourself, you evaluate where you want to be, right? If you just want to have a side hustle and you want to keep your 9 to 5 job, be realistic with yourself and say, that's what I'm going to do and I'm going to work towards it. If you want to completely quit your 9 to 5 job and be a 6-figure earner, make sure you are guiding yourself and not letting other people get in your head and tell you cannot do it. So you have to make sure your mindset is right before you get in business, and make sure you're doing it for the right things, because most of the time people that is not doing it for the right reasons end up stuck somewhere, right? End up getting into depression because they are so worried about other people. Now, when it comes to creating a business, you're going to make many mistakes. You're not going to be perfect. I'm never coming on here every single Wednesday saying that I'm perfect and I got it all figured out. I don't have this thing all figured out. Do I second guess some things? Probably, but that's okay, right? Because I have to second guess in order for me to get the right answer. So I'm always going back and trying to see how I can fix something, how I can deliver the message better. So I'm always reevaluating the things that's around me, and I try to cut out all the outside noise. So it's important for you to be the CEO of your journey. It's just your journey. It's a journey between you and no one else. Not your mom, not your brother, not your friends, not your coworker. There's going to be coworkers that's going to say, girl, you crazy. Girl, it's hard to start a business. You know, everybody got a negative Nancy, because, see, they don't know how to initially get out of hell, right? They don't know how to get out of that space. So what they're going to do is try to kick you down. And that's another thing. When you are building a business, if you are a 9-to-5 worker, listen up. Don't tell everybody what you're doing. Don't tell people that you are building a business. Keep that on a hush hush. As you work and get overtime and they ask you, why are you working so hard this week? Why are you working so hard this year? Just be like, oh, nothing. I'm just trying to make extra money to feed my family. Or you don't have to say anything because you don't owe anybody anything, right? But don't tell people what you are doing, because you are going to hear outside noise. And we are human beings. It's easy for us to be influenced by other people and other things around us. So quiet, be quiet. I think it's a saying that says, the devil is always listening. He's always listening, right? And they say, don't speak too quick because you will block your blessing, right? Don't do it. I don't even tell people when I'm making moves. People don't understand. When I pop out, they be like, girl, you was just, yeah, I've been building this thing for about 2 years. This is just my season and my time to execute the things that I already planned for. So make your plan. Make your plan and make an exit plan to get out of that 9-to-5 job. But before you get out of that job, you literally have to shift your mindset. You have to stop hanging around people that spends money every day, people that go out every single weekend. You got to get away from them people. You're going to be easily influenced, and they're going to make you feel like you're lame. They're going to make you feel like, oh, you're missing out on this. And what we're going to do is go and do it because we're so worried about what our peers have to say about us. So we're going to go out and do it just to impress or please them. But remember that God gave you a gift. God gave you a vision. God didn't give it to them, because if God gave it to them, then they will be doing the same thing, and they wouldn't be out partying every single weekend knowing that they have a future. They will be building right now. So that is one thing that I've noticed for me personally, that I had to stop hanging around with certain people. I had a friend that used to, no shade to her, and I'm not going to say any names, but she's a great person. But she loved to go out and drink every single weekend. And because I distanced myself, she didn't want to be friends with me anymore. And that's okay. Some people will not want to be friends with you anymore because you are on a mission. I had to get away from her. She wanted to smoke weed. She wanted to drink every single weekend. And I'm like, listen, I only have money on Friday, and this is with my family, right? On the weekends, this is the only time I have to really build a business. Excuse me. On Saturdays, it's the only day that I have to build a business. On Sundays, that too, but mainly I'm getting myself ready for the work week. And she couldn't understand. She didn't understand where I was going with this thing. She thought it was a joke. So I had to say, you know what? I can't be around you anymore. I love you, but I have to choose my circle wisely. I need to be around people that's going in the same direction as me. I don't want to hang with people that don't care. I care about my future. Do you care about yours? I definitely care about my future, because I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to be here trying to stand in line to get assistance from my rent and my utility bill because I made poor decisions. I don't want to do that. I have children looking up to me. So ask yourself, what is your goal? Be around people that like boss people that's really making some money. I started hanging around with, I didn't have it. I started going in rooms with people that was millionaires and people that was 6-figure earners. I started going in rooms with them, and I will go to the thrift store right? It's no shame in my game, but I'm telling my story and I'm being very transparent. I was going to the thrift store and I was putting on clothes. I will go buy business suits and I'll buy some really nice shoes. I might come across, I'll go to the rich neighborhoods and I'll find some Louis Vuitton little slide in shoes, and that might have been like $40. And I look like money. And now this is not being trying to live a facade. It's not saying that, right? But I believe that in order for you to manifest things, one, I'm frugal with my money. So I'm not going out to the regular store and I'm going to spend thousands of dollars with that. I'm very frugal. I have expensive taste and I am bougie, but I understand I can't afford it right now. So what can I do to look like money, smell like money, and be in rooms with money? So these are the things that I did. I went to the consignment shop. I went and shopped and I got in rooms with people to network because I didn't want to be the smartest man in the room. I believe if you're the smartest man in the room, then that's a problem. I didn't want to be the smartest man in the room. I went in rooms with people that challenged me, right? I went in rooms with people that was asking me, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" You know, it's always that talk. What do you do for a living? And with me, I'm working my 9 to 5 job at the time, and I'm like, I know I had this business idea. I knew what I wanted to do. And I'm just telling them, like, oh, I got a company. I'm a CEO and founder at this company at Boss Life Global. I'm manifesting. I'm telling these people them things that I'm doing that they think I'm doing, but I'm really not doing. So they're like, oh yeah, take my email down. So as I'm doing that, I'm building clientele. I'm building relationships. I'm building networks. I'm writing them down. So when I do pop out with Boss Life Global has already got a network of people that got funding, that got money, that got relationships with other people. And so when I pop out and I reach back out to those people, oh yeah, I remember you. You was on your game. Yeah. I don't behind the scenes, I'm building my business. Oh yeah, remember I got Boss Life Global. Make sure you tune in every Wednesdays. Make sure you go on my business page. If you need a speaker, make sure you're booking me to be a speaker. But I was doing this 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? And my brother said, we got that uncle that will ask what you do for a living. Oh, yeah, my Uncle Charles. My Uncle Charles, he will ask you what you doing for a living. Like, he wants to know. He wants to know what you're doing for a living. So, like, you got to be, like, on your game, on your game. So that's why I said I stopped hanging around with people that had a very lack of mindset, and I start building my business. I started building a life for myself, right? And I look at me now, right? I don't have everything in the world, but I'm way further than where I used to be. I have a lot more than your average, right? I'm not struggling for the grace of God. I'm not. The grace of God, He has kept me, right? Kept me. And I've been through some stuff. If I could tell my life story, we'd be here all day. I've been through some stuff, but also it really built character. It built me to be who I am today. And I'm forever, forever, forever thankful for all the things that I've been through because it built a different person. I'm able to be confident and talk to you guys right now. And it took me to go through so many different things to have a voice because it was times I did not have a voice and I was afraid to be in front of the camera. Like right now, this is different, right? I'm in front of, I say thousand the world pretty much. When you put it on a platform, your voice is out there for the world, for you to reach the world. And that could be intimidating to most people. But then I had to realize that I don't really care what people think about me. And I'm trying to build a future for my children. And when I thought of my kids in mind, I'm like, I'm able to risk it all. I'm willing to risk it all to make sure that my kids can say that they had a good life. I don't want my kids growing up saying, oh, we used to eat beanies and weenies every day, especially if I'm in control of that. Sometimes we can be selfish, right? It's okay to be selfish, but if you don't have to live that life, why live it? Why not be able to wake up every day and smell the roses? Literally. Why you have to be at this job where you're miserable at? You hate half of the people there. You don't have to. You choose to. Most of the time we choose to because society say that's the norm. Society say that you are supposed to follow, you are supposed to fall in line. That's what society tells you. That in order for you to really, you gotta follow the path. You gotta follow that same path. And when you go outside of that path, they deem you crazy, right? So I say follow the path of least resistance. Follow your heart desire. Follow what you want to do. And if it's not entrepreneurship, that's okay too. But follow your path. Go into a career that you um, can be happy at. Because be real, most of you guys are at jobs that you might not like. Ask yourself, why I'm at a job that I don't like? Is it because you're not pushing yourself to go to something that you desire? Are you afraid of what people are going to say about you? Like, what is it that's stopping you to go into a career that can level you up or bring in more money, bring in more revenue? So when I started to change my mindset and ask myself my why, I was able to create a business that is now something that I'm very passionate about. Okay. So money habits reflect mindset. Are you operating like a CEO or a customer? Money habits reflect your mindset. Are you operating like a CEO or are you operating like a customer? Okay. Are you a consumer? We're consumers. Are you operating as a business owner or a consumer? Consumerism is a real thing. Are you consuming more than what you are bringing in? Are you consuming more than um than what you need to? Are you buying unnecessary stuff? Are you paying for unnecessary subscriptions? Are you not using that money to go buy a book or buy some knowledge? Like, what are you doing? Are you consuming your money in the right things like knowledge? Are you consuming your money in buying material for your business? Like, what are you consuming your money in? Like, ask yourself. Flip the script. I can't afford it. Instead of saying I can't afford it, how can I create it? Words are spells. I'm telling you guys that words are spells. So are you putting spells on yourself? Like, what are you saying to yourself? And what limited mindset do you have that's stopping you from really reaching your goals? Because we say I can't afford it. So God and the universe is like, oh, she said she can't afford it. So we're going to give the energy out. Like, there's a trillion people on this planet, right? And what the universe wants to do is put out negative energy and positive energy, right? Like a positive charge, right? If you're into science, there's a positive charge and there's a negative charge, right? It's a real thing. So what happens is the way scientifically the universe works is it needs to put out a positive charge and a negative charge. That's what creates balance. It can't be so many happy, positive people in the world because if so, the world will crash and burn. It can't be so many negative people in the world. Why the world will crash and burn? It's got to be parallel. It has to be a balance, right? The scales have to be balanced. So what the universe is looking for is I need to feed a positive and a negative. So, are you going to be that positive to where it attaches itself to you? So with your words, right? They said the word, the God in the Bible says the tongue is a powerful thing. The tongue is what creates outcomes. It's how you speak, what you speak. So if you say I can't afford it, the universe is gonna say I caught a negative charge, and it's got to feed that negative charge. It's got to attach to something. So if you notice bad things are going to start happening to you, and they say, dang, I can't catch a break. Dang, negative stuff always happens to me. And it's funny. It's not funny, but what people don't realize is you're putting out that energy. You're putting out that negative charge. So that negative and negative attracts each other. They say you attract who you are. That's a real thing. You attract what you are, and then they do say opposite attracts to keep the balance. But you attract who you are. So if you're hanging around negative people, the universe is going to bring people that is on your frequency. So if you say, why am I always running to these same negative relationships? Because what are you saying out of your mouth? How is your actions? Is your actions operating in a negative way? Because that is the only way the universe responds. It's universal laws, y'all. I got this metaphysical and this scientific thing down to the T because it's relevant to business, right? They say billionaires follow astrology for a reason. Billionaires follow astrology. Millionaires follow, I guess, logic or whatever. It's a saying. Millionaires follow. Oh, all right, y'all. It's a saying. See, I be butchering these sayings, y'all. Somebody write down, I mean, all the sayings I done butchered and then get them correct for me and then send it to me. Because I know the saying, but every time I get on here and I try to say the saying, listen, it ain't never the same, okay? But so flip the script, like talk positive in your life, speak affirmation, affirm yourself. I am worthy, I can afford, I am abundant, I'm spiritually rich, right? I am spiritually rich. I even got money in here. My ancestors' money, can't make this up. I'm really into this, but if y'all really want to learn from Tasha, I'll give you the game. I give you the game. And don't look at it as very demonic or anything. This is universal laws. We live in the universe. We are on the planet Earth. So if we are on the planet Earth, we're in space right now. Space is time. We're in space right now. And through space, frequencies come through the Earth from the universe, right? So you got to learn how to tap into that level of yourself, okay? If you want to get biblical, you need to have a relationship with God pretty much. But I'm a metaphysical person. I'm a more person that taps into the energy. And I do understand that there is source. There is a God, right? There is a God, right? But in order for you to connect to that other side and ask God things that you want, you have to change the way you think. You have to change what comes out of your mouth. Don't ask God, why God? Why God did this happen to me? Why God? I start questioning if God is real. God is real. You are the manifestation of him. God is real. The problem is you can't see the realness because you can't look yourself in the mirror to see that you are creating the destruction. He can't help you if you can't help yourself. So you go pray and ask him why. He like, I don't know. He looking at you like, I don't know why either. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? You know, he asking the same thing. So you have to change your mindset. So like I always burn my ancestor money, right? And it's all just giving thanks, symbolically. It's giving thanks, right? Thank you for giving me the finances. I'm gonna give it back to you. You brought me in $100 today. I'm gonna take this $100 and give it back to you in the spiritual realm to show my appreciation, because I can't physically give it to you, but what I can do is send the energy out there to say that I appreciate it. Let me give it back to you tenfold. This is why I'm always abundant, because in order for you to receive, you got to give. You want God, the universe, to give you so much. What are you giving them back? Are you waking up and being grateful? Are you planting trees? Are you taking care of your environment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Are you giving back to the homeless? Like, what are you doing to want to receive? You got to give back. So above, so below, okay? So I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for coming on here every single Wednesdays for Winning Wednesdays to talk about different topics that can level you up when it comes to your business, your finances, and allowing you to understand what you need to do before you quit your 9-to-5 job. Now, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys go to Amazon and order my book, The Boss Blueprint. This book is a self-guiding book to allow you to be aware of yourself it'll allow you to understand what you need to do so that you can be a personal brand just like myself. So you can build a profitable business. So you can scale your business to the next level. Okay. It'll give you all the templates you need inside of this book to start. Okay. It is on Amazon, the Boss Blueprint, or you can get it on Barnes and Noble. Okay. But anyways, in the meantime, I am signing out. Oh, yeah. And make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel because these replays will be on my YouTube channel. Okay. There is no particular order. If it's a topic that resonates with you, click on that topic and watch the content. Okay. But anyways, I will see you next Wednesday with a new topic. Peace out.